Turn that off.
Shit on the shelf, cause the way the real wealth is being real itself. Like I have to see the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. It's time to switch it up, put the hip shit on the shelf. Cause the way the real wealth is being real itself. Like I have to see the glory of the coming of the left. I can't do it by myself, so I'm asking for help. Money, money, money. All you got is being wealthy. Like Kanye West said, having money is not everything, not having it is. No, Deuteronomy 8:18 says, give us the ability to create wealth. No, it's the love of money that's involved. You know, like money so much, why don't you get up and go to work for it? I do think about money. I'm just trying to leave a legacy for money. That's not everything, but when you got it, you can do some cool stuff. Now, your host for Talking Money in the Morning, financial mentor to the working class. Hey, Cortez.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. It is your main man, H. Cortez here, the one and only financial health mentor to the working class, where I do my very best to bring practical yet proven wealth building strategies to working class men and women all over this great nation of ours. It is truly an honor, privilege, and a blessing to have you guys join me each and every morning, and I don't take that lightly. I certainly appreciate it. If you're checking us out on Facebook, do me a huge favor, share the stream on your wall, share it with someone directly to their message. Just share it. Let's get people going this morning with a positive vibe. That's what I like to do. I like to start my day with a positive vibe. The same thing if you're watching this on YouTube, then grab the link, share it in your favorite social media site, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, Instagram, wherever you like to share stuff, share the link to the show, because I think you guys are going to be blessed by this show this morning. All right, also, we're talking about the power of preparation, preparedness. What are you preparing yourself for? So that's what we're talking about on today's show. But as always, who is this show is for? This show is for my risers and grinders this morning. If you, my friend, woke up with legacy on your brain and you're really ready to take one foot, put it out in front of the other to build towards your legacy, this show is for you. If you are the type of person who understands the power of generational wealth and you're going to do something each and every day to make your great-grandchildren proud to bear your name, this show is for you. If you're the type of person that has the discipline to be wealthy, you have the desire to be wealthy, but maybe you lack the game plan, a mentor, this show, my friend, is for you. Who is this show not for? This show is not for those who have that weird relationship with money, those who think capitalism is a dirty word, money is evil. This show is not for you, my friend. This show is not for you if you're waiting on the government to fix the economy instead of you focusing on your economy. This show, my friend, is not for you. If you're sitting back waiting on the right situation to take place in your life before you make a leap or take a leap of faith, this show ain't for you, because there's no such thing as a right situation, man. You just got to be ready to step out there, right? And let's be clear, I have no problem with you not wanting to be wealthy. I only have a problem with you having a problem with me wanting to be wealthy. Because if you've never seen a future billionaire, then take a screenshot, because you're looking at one this morning. So today's show is brought to you by Financial Health Mentors Financial Success Membership. If you haven't heard the good news, for a limited time, I'm waiving the fee for my Financial Success Membership. That allows you to come on board, plug in, and get direct mentorship and coaching from me in the area of your finance and in the area of building a financial education franchise if you so choose. So if you want to know more about that, you can simply go to myfamilyempire.com, myfamilyempire.com, and you'll get all the details. The presentation is there, and then you'll see what it is that we do, how our income shifting overview actually works. And then if you want to move forward, you can actually sign up right there. The coupon code is there that will waive the fee for you, and you pay absolutely nothing. Only thing I ask is when you complete that registration, go ahead and send me an inbox and say, man, I just got registered. Doesn't matter who name you see as your sponsor, because that platform is for my entire team. And that's how we roll around here. So I'm building an entire team. So you may see somebody else's name other than H. Cortez. That's okay. As long as you went through that portal, you're going to be directly mentored by me. Hopefully that makes sense. myfamilyempire.com. All right, today's show, we're talking about the power of preparation, guys. This right here, you know, it could, you know, separate winners from losers. All right, we talked about your E to E ratio, your education to entertainment ratio being something that separates winners from losers. Well, guess what? Your willingness and your ability to prepare also separates winners from losers, right? Because winners will understand the value of preparation. Winners understand the value of preparation, and in particular, how it relates to the value of time, right? See, winners understand the value of preparation, but in particular, how it relates to the value of time, because that which I'm prepared for saves me time. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with being impulsive, because that is your boy. I've earned the nickname of being what you call gung-ho. Like, man, Tiz just gung-ho. He just, you know, I see something, I see a vision, I believe in myself, and I just go out and I just do it, right? But sometimes I spin my wheels because I can, if I just pause for a second and think about how I can properly prepare to make my next step, then it will save me some time. So we're talking about the power and preparation. Number one, you first have to understand the importance and the power therein. And in relationship to how it saves you time. And if we all understand one thing, understand this: time is your most precious asset. And when you understand that none of us know exactly how much time we have, that makes it even more of a premium, right? Because I don't know if this is my last message today. None of us know how much time we have. So you really have to start thinking about that and saying, okay, if I don't know how much time I have, I'm trying to condense as much activity, as much the results that I want in as little time as possible. And if I live my life like that, and I mess around and live for another 80 years, and every day I'm trying to get the most out of every single day, imagine what I can accomplish in 80 years. But that starts through preparation. You have to learn and understand the power of preparation and how it can save you time. All right. So I gave you guys last week or the week before Myron Golden. He teaches biblical principles and how to apply them in everyday life. So I picked up one of his today when I started thinking about the power of preparation. Proverbs 30, verse 24 and 25 says, there are 4 things that are little upon the earth, but are exceedingly wise. That's 30:24. 4 things are little upon the earth, but are exceedingly wise. 30:24, verse 25. Ants are little in strength, but they store food all summer. Ants are little in strength, but store food all summer. Let me ask you guys this. Are you at least wise as an ant? Are you at least wise as an ant? See, it talks about the ants being little in strength, but great in wisdom, because they have the sense to know that they better be storing up all summer long. What do most people do all summer long? Party, right? And another analogy for the summer is times of plenteous, right? So what do you do when things are plentiful? Are you thinking with forethought about your tomorrow? Are you thinking with the understanding of the power of preparation and understanding what you need to be doing while things are plentiful for your tomorrow? See, a lot of people aren't. We work our jobs, right? And the pay is consistent. That would be a time of plenty for a lot of us. because we're getting enough to pay our bills and stuff like that. But are you taking some of that, putting it to the side to take care of your tomorrow? Right? Taking some of it now, putting it to the side for your tomorrow. So that's what we're talking about, the power of preparation. What are you preparing for? Are you just preparing for today? Or do you have an understanding that if I prepare today, I can have a better tomorrow? See, the ant stores food all summer long. And what does the ant know that's going to come every season, every year? Every year, winter is coming. And the ant knows this. Every year, winter is coming, and people know this, but they act like they don't. Why? How do you know? Because they're not storing anything for that time. They're not putting anything away for that time. So another word or type and shadow of winter is just lean times. If you haven't figured out that this life is cyclical, then you need to come out from under that rock. There are seasons for a reason. Winter, spring, summer, fall. There are seasons for a reason. You have winter, spring, summer, fall in your life every year, right? There's a time in your life where you're experiencing new growth, some new ideas, some new things, growth. That's spring. Time in your life where things are abundantly easy for you. Everything is going your way. It's times in your life where things begin to slow down for you. You get into a transition period, and then there are times in your life where you fall into the winter, where things are extremely lean, things are extremely tough, things are difficult for you. Those are the 4 seasons. Everybody goes through those 4 seasons throughout their life. But guess what? Those seasons cycle every so often, and they cycle in that order every so often. So if you haven't figured out that when you go through your new growth and you go through your time of plenteous, that you have to store something for when things slow down and eventually you get into that hardship, then you, my friend, need to come out from under the rock. You need to develop the wisdom of an ant. The ant prepares for that lean time all summer, right? The Bible also compares the ant and the grasshopper. The ant is working and putting that food to the side. The summer is the grasshopper is just eating everything in sight. Grasshopper therefore has nothing prepared for the lean time that the grasshopper too also know is coming. What are you preparing for? Right? Some of you guys know that I was blessed enough to be able to walk off my job yesterday. But I didn't walk off that job without preparation first. I've been preparing for that for 20 years, right? I've been preparing for that for 20 years. Morning, Jackie. So what are you preparing for? Let's stop acting like we don't know that life is cyclical. Everybody, you got seasons in your life. You got a winter, spring, summer, fall in your life. You got a lean time where things are difficult. Nothing seems to be going your way. You've got the springtime where when you learn from that difficult season, you take the lessons from that, and that creates new growth, a fresh perspective, fresh ideas. And then you take that new growth, fresh ideas, they usually yield in abundance. So now you have everything going your way. You can't be stopped. Everything is going. And then things begin to slow down for you. You enter a transition period, and then you hit that lean time. But we've got to start making sure that when things are plenteous, we prepare like the ant. See, the ant has it reversed. The ant works all while things are plenteous, and the ant celebrates while everybody else is going through their hard time. I'm gonna say that again because I think some of y'all missed it. The ant works while everything is plenteous and everybody else is celebrating the harvest. They're celebrating the plenteousness. They're celebrating the summer. The ant is working his tail off all summer long. And when winter rolls around, when everybody else is struggling, What do you think is going on inside an ant mind? They are partying. They partying. Why? Because they prepared. So how would you like to be in a position that when those rough parts come into your life where things aren't as easy, things aren't as plenteous, but you have prepared for them, so you're still celebrating. You're still going on vacations when we hit what some people might call a recession. You're still having a good time with your family. You're still taking care of business while everybody else is cutting back. Why? Because you had the forethought of an ant. You have the wisdom of an ant, and you prepared for times such as this. We've got to stop pretending that we don't know the lean times are coming. We pretend that we don't know the lean times are coming, and life is cyclical. Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Those are analogies. Yes, they are true in the physical realm, in the metaphorical realm. Those are analogies for the cycles that we all go through in our lives. We all have tough times, difficult times where it seems like God is just raining down on us. We're in a storm. But then we come out of that storm with a fresh perspective. We got some growth that took place in our lives based on that storm. So now that's our springtime. We've got that new growth, that new fresh perspective, that new growth, that fresh perspective. Those new ideas will lead us to an abundance, a summertime where things are plentiful. And then those new things that are plentiful will eventually lead to another transition where things begin to slow down. Some of those new ideas start to level off, and some of the things start to die off. And you go through a transition period, and then you're right back to another hard time. But what are you preparing for that cycle of hard time that you know is coming? That is the question. Are you preparing for that cycle of hard time that you know is coming? So we learn a lesson from the mighty ant, right? It specifically says the ants are little. Talks about they're small in size, small in stature, right? Most people feel little inside. They feel little inside. So they allow what they feel inside to affect their outside. But guess what? You can be little inside, but have the wisdom of an ant. And all it is you manage your time a little bit differently than everybody else. And when everybody is struggling during those winter times, those hard times, you'll be able to celebrate because you took the time to properly prepare. It says an ant is little in strength. Now, I don't know about the writer of that particular passage of scripture. Maybe thousands of years ago, the ants were little in strength, but we know the ant now lifts 10 times its body weight. But it talks about the ant not being mighty, big, and strong, but you don't need to be mighty, big, and strong when you have wisdom. When you have wisdom, you don't need to be mighty, big, and strong. You just have to exercise the wisdom to understand life cycles, understand the physics and how this physical realm actually works. So an ant may not be mighty and strong as a single ant, but they sure are mighty and strong and pretty powerful together. So are you preparing for the lean times that you know are coming? Got to stop treating our harvest time, our times of plenteous, our summer times like they will never end. Right? That's how we live in the summertime. We live in the summertime like the summer will never end. And we know good and well that everything has a season. Everything comes to an end. So are you preparing for your lean time? Take the wisdom of an ant and prepare. So again, we were using some biblical principles to talk about real life stuff, man. And you don't have to be a Christian to understand biblical principles. One thing I understand about wisdom is all wisdom is the accumulation and the application of truth. Wisdom is the accumulation and the application of truth. Well, wisdom is actually the application of truth. Knowledge is the accumulation of truth. So it doesn't matter where you get the truth from. You just need to acquire it and apply it, and that makes you wise. So I can learn a great lesson from the ant. I don't know if you guys ever watched an ant colony in motion, man, but it's a beautiful thing. You're talking about moving in unison. You're talking about not letting one down. Talk about doing way more than one share of work. That's how you got to move throughout the summer when things are plentiful in your life. You've got to be working together. You've got to be working with the lean time in mind. Lean time in mind. And then when everybody else is struggling during their hardships and their lean time because they did not prepare, the ants are celebrating all winter long because they put in that work. So I want you to understand that plenteous time, you could be using that, or that could be considered your working years, right? What are you doing with your working years that's going to prepare you for your non-working year? Are you going to go into hardship when you're no longer able to work? Or are you going to properly prepare so that when most people, the studies show that 65% of retirees are going to struggle and have to cut back on their lifestyle when they retire. So that's a lean time for people. Are you going to be one of those people going through that lean time? Or are you going to be like the ant when everybody else is experiencing lean time? You're celebrating. You're kicking it because you did what you were supposed to do during your summer. You put in the work and you properly prepared, because now that saves you time. So I don't have to be in preparation mode during my lean times. I can be in celebration mode like the ants. The ants kick it underground all winter long because they've already stored up everything that they need to get them through that lean time. We've got to go back to that. There was a time when that's how everybody operated when we were a farming community. Everybody operated like that. They knew that when the days are long, then that gives me 12 hours of daylight that I literally have to be putting in work to prepare for lean times. And then when the day gets short, I can't put that much work in, but guess what? I've already put my work in during my summer, so I prepare. So the power of preparation is key. If you don't understand the power of preparation and how it saves you time and being your most precious asset, then don't be scatterbrained like your boy. Don't be gung-ho like your boy. Yes, be ready to take action, but when you're ready to take action, I want you to pause and think about how you can properly prepare to make the actions you take more efficient, more effective, and then think with lean times in mind. As you're moving throughout your summer, you have to be thinking about the lean time that is coming, because we all know that it is coming. Stop operating your life as if you don't know that the time will come when things are going to get tight. The time will come where things are going to get tight. So you have to understand the power of preparation. Start preparing for what it is that you're trying to get accomplished and stop just winging everything. There's a time to wing it, but then there's a time to actually sit down, properly prepare, think about the end goal in mind, and start putting together a systematic approach that will slowly get you there over time, right? The ants work 24/7 throughout the summer when things are plentiful so that they can party 24/7 throughout the winter when things are lean for everybody else. So guys, that's pretty much it. I know it's a short show for today, but I actually have to go take my in-laws to the doctor this morning. You know, one thing about being retired, put you to work, man. Put you to work, like, you know, I'm also to the hospital. But I appreciate you tuning in tomorrow. Tomorrow we may continue on this line of thinking, because that particular passage of scripture says there are 4 things that are little on the earth, but are exceedingly wise. You have to start acquiring wisdom. We talked about that before when we did the 8 steps to a turnaround. We talked about the, ignorance just simply being the lack of truth. Knowledge being the acquisition of truth. Understanding is why something is true. And then when you put all those 3 together, you start having experiences that make you wise, right? You should be trying to get wisdom. Learn the wisdom of the ant today and start better preparing for your tomorrow. Because guess what? It's coming. Tomorrow is coming. And if you are in a season of plenty as right now, everything is going your way. You can't miss, man. Everything you turn around, doors are opening them for you. Okay, that is your summer. You're in your summer season right now. Don't let it get by you without preparing, taking some of that wealth, some of that energy, some of those lessons. Don't mind, guys. That's just how the cycle of life works. Winter, spring, summer, fall. Winter, spring, summer, fall. In the spring, you got your new growth. Well, where did that new growth come from? That came from the experiences that you had when you were in your lean time. You had certain experiences in your lean time that brought out certain lessons, and that created new growth, fresh perspective. Now you got new growth. You take that new growth, those new ideas, that fresh perspective, and it creates an abundance. That's your summertime. It creates a harvest. That's a summertime. But you should be taking your harvest, your abundance, and when you're in your transition period, you're preparing those things that you gathered up during your summer and getting them prepared to last all winter. And then you go right back into that hard time and that lean time. Are you going to be like the ant who has the ability to party all winter because he's properly prepared? Or are you going to be like the grasshopper who's going to go into winter with nothing, and therefore he's going to die because he has no sustenance through his lean time? So guys, I appreciate you guys coming. Again, my financial success membership is absolutely free. I'm waiving the join fee. It costs you $0 to partner with me right now. You will learn how to minimize your taxes, eliminate debt. It's a complete, comprehensive wealth building program, including personal growth and self-development type material that's included for your $35 per month. You can start learning how to undo some of the mental processing that you actually found yourself in because of the way the school system brought you up. I will literally coach, mentor, and train you on how to build wealth with the money that you have. And if you want to be an entrepreneur, I will train you how to be an entrepreneur and how to build your own brand around this financial education. So you'll have a franchise set up just like mine, just like all of my teammates. Mo Knows Money, Let's Talk About Money, Financial Fitness Solutions. All of these are brands that I help establish in the financial education space, and they're all thriving. So if you want something like that in your life, you need a way to make some extra income, then go to myfamilyempire.com, put in your name, phone number, email address. You'll see the presentation of our income shifting strategies, how they all work. And then if you want to sign up, there's instructions to get you signed up and the coupon code right there that will waive the fee. And it's literally $0 to partner with me. And you have 34 days to challenge me on whether or not I can put you on the path to building wealth. And that will literally, you literally don't have to pay anything till 30 days from the day that you sign up. So I'm your main man, Ace Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. I so truly appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me this morning and every morning. Share the stream, share the YouTube links. And I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. But until then, I want you to get your money up because you absolutely can do it. Peace out, people.